Hello again. Now we're going to dive a little bit deeper into text animators. So I'm going to go to 03 text animator. Your type is going to look a little different. Just pick whatever font you want. You probably don't have the Lexia font in this case. And let me first start off and talk about the difference between using a text animator for scale and scaling with strap. You can see right now, scaling with strap, it's going to scale just around that anchor point. If I go into my text animator and add a scale here, and let me just tweak it, and you'll see it's animating per letter, which is nice. I can actually set how it's going to animate for scale and position, sort of like the anchor point for text. I can set that under more options. There's an anchor point grouping. So if I want to go by word, see soda and pop are all animated separately. And if I have paragraphs, you can say line, or I can animate everything together. So in this case, I can just set each one. That applies the same to, like, let's say we do a little rotation. See, that's some nice control there. Now notice as I'm adding it, they're all being added to the same animator. Sometimes they'll be added to the same animator. Sometimes you can't have certain things together, so they might, if I come in here and add, something completely different, it might create another animator right underneath. But the one thing I'm going to show you right here, right next to the add area, right next to animator, is there's all these properties I can use, which is fun. Like I can go to stroke color, let's do fill color, hue saturation, and you can see I can basically animate the color now. But if I want it to sort of bounce and wiggle, there's a couple ways you can do this. We're going to use the wiggly selector here. Now, right now, range and expression, there's a million things you can do with this. Wiggly is just going to create a random event or a random number. And so now you can see everything we're doing is just going to wiggle. I can come in and change the amount. If I just want it to wiggle just a tiny bit, or I can crank it up. And again, based on characters, based on words. From that, I kind of like the characters. Just come through, so lots of controls, with right there. Now, one more I'm going to add is let's just add a little bit of a blur here, and this is kind of nice because it's a per letter blur, and it's going to be wiggling. So we're going to create this sort of crazy, focus effect on that type. So for the rest of this one, for yourself, just go into 03 text animators, take that word, and experiment with animating. Whatever properties you want, experiment with adding more than one property to an animator, and then go ahead and apply a little wiggle here under the animator selector wiggle. Have fun with it. With the 04 playing with type comp, this is just to show you all the wide variety of things you can do with the text animators. It's a little bit over the top, but one way to learn things is just go a little bit over the top with your typing animation. So if I select any of these and click U, you're going to see everything that's animated. And if I click UU, you're going to see everything that's been changed. So just a really easy way to see how somebody did something in After Effects. Just take a look, create your own, try it yourself.